You know, every so often, a move happens in tech that just changes the entire game. Well, Google just made one of those moves. They didn't just drop a new model, they basically handed over the keys to their entire AI kingdom. We've got to break down how this Gemma 4 revolution is about to change, well, everything. So get this. While Anthropic is busy panic patching their leaked source code, Google just did the unthinkable. They didn't just release a model, they gave away the entire kingdom. Gemma 4 is here, it's fully Apache 2.0 open source, and it just matched Claude's 3.5's reasoning scores for a price of exactly $0. Yeah, so if you're still paying for API credits in 2026, you're officially doing it wrong. Let me show you how Google just shifted the power right back to the developers. Okay, let's just get one thing straight right off the bat. The term open source used to come with this unspoken asterisk, right? It usually meant less powerful or a step behind. Not anymore. That's over. Google has delivered a model that isn't just some free alternative. It's a legitimate, top-tier, frontier-level contender. And oh yeah, we've got the numbers to prove it. Just look at this number for a second. 89.2%. That's Gemma 4's score on the Amy 2026 benchmark. Now, this isn't some simple trivia quiz, you know? Amy is designed to test advanced reasoning and really complex problem solving. And a score like this? It puts Gemma 4 right up there, shoulder to shoulder with the most expensive, locked-down, closed-source models in the world. For free! Okay, let's zoom out and look at the whole picture here. That Amy score is, as we said, neck and neck with the absolute best. But now look at the coding benchmarks. Live Code Bench, Codeforce's ELO. These scores are insane. This proves that Gemma 4 isn't just some academic toy. It's a workhorse with serious, real-world coding chops. So yeah, Google didn't just release a free model. They released a frontier model that goes toe-to-toe with the giants. So the big question is, how? How in the world did they pull this off? How do you cram this much power into a package that developers can actually run, maybe even on their own devices? Well, it all comes down to two incredibly clever architectural tricks. Let's dive into the secret sauce. All right, first up is this thing called per-layer embeddings, or PLE. Now, think about a normal AI model. A token gets its instructions at the very beginning, and that's it. PLE is totally different. It's like giving every single layer its own private, just-in-time instruction manual for every single token that comes through. It's this tiny parallel pathway that tells each layer, hey, for this specific token, adjust your math just like this. It makes the whole thing way more specialized and way more efficient. The second piece of magic is the shared KV cache. And honestly, this is just brilliant. In the simplest terms, it's a form of smart recycling for all the hard math the model has to do. Instead of the last few layers recalculating everything from scratch, they just borrow the results from an earlier layer. It sounds simple, but the impact is massive. It drastically cuts down on the memory and the compute power you need to get an answer. So you see how these two pieces click together? You take that hyper-specialization you get from PLE, and you combine it with the incredibly smart recycling of the shared KV cache. And what do you get? A model that is just ridiculously powerful and at the same time incredibly efficient. This is the recipe for packing top-tier performance into something small enough to run right on your own machine. Okay, so we've covered the how. That's the nerdy stuff. Now we get to the really fun part, the what. Because this isn't just about cranking out text. No, Gemma 4 is fully multimodal, and what it can do with its senses is, frankly, it's astounding. And I mean that literally. This model can process images, it can process video, and some of the smaller versions can even process audio directly. And it's not just seeing pixels or hearing waveforms, it understands the context. It can perform really complex reasoning tasks across all of these different senses at the same time. Okay, check this out. You can give the model an image, right? Like this picture of a bicycle. And you can just ask it, detect the bike. It doesn't just come back and say, yep, I see a bike. It responds natively in JSON with the precise pixel coordinates for a bounding box. For developers, this is an absolute game changer, and it's built right into the model, no extra steps. Now, what you're looking at here isn't just a famous quote we typed up. This is a direct transcription that one of the smaller Gemma 4 models generated just by listening to an audio file of Barack Obama's speech. No external transcription service, no separate API calls. The model just listened and wrote down what it heard, with frankly stunning accuracy. And the list just keeps going. It can watch a video and describe what's happening frame by frame. It can do optical character recognition on scanned documents, and it can even read handwriting. And it can combine these skills, like it can spot a landmark in a photo and then automatically call a weather API to tell you the forecast for that exact location. It's a true multimodal powerhouse. So let's tie all of this together. What does it all mean for the future of building things with AI? I'll tell you what it means. It means the entire game has just fundamentally changed. So let's just recap this revolution because it's huge. With Gemma 4, you get a model that is 100% free. It's got power that doesn't just compete with, but in some cases beats the most expensive models out there. It's fully multimodal right out of the box, and it's engineered from the ground up to be efficient enough for real-world apps. Google didn't just open source a model, they opened up an entirely new era of possibility for every single developer out there. Look, this release democratizes state-of-the-art AI in a way we have never, ever seen before. The kind of tools that were once locked away inside a few giant corporations are now in your hands, in everyone's hands. So, with the keys to the AI kingdom sitting right there, the only question left is, what are you going to build?